Hey everybody, welcome back to Obscurities in Miniature. I am your host, High Lord Tamerlane, bringing you something totally different today, obviously besides a change of scenery, and that is my first inaugural Obscurities in Japan. Today I'm going to bring to you something that I have been a long-time fan of, and I have sung its virtues all over the internet, and it still seems to fall upon deaf ears, but this is something that we've seen for many, many years in Japan, and that is the line of hone hone Zaurus models. So hone means bone literally in Japanese. So hone means bony dinosaur basically. But yeah, these are plastic model kits that have been in the supermarkets for at least the last 10 plus years because I know my kids have had them since they were little. And there are a incredible amount of varieties of them. So this specifically is the Mega hone Zaurus. And it's mega because you can see here we have a little size comparison. The usual ones are quite small, but these are mega sized and they're going to be 130 millimeters long. So if you're into the gaming scale stuff and you want something totally different, well, hey, here you've got the beginnings of some kind of prehistoric line of models. So let me show you what they actually look like. This specific series is, as I said, a larger scale, and you'll notice that they're actually all based on, specific prehistoric animals. In this case, we've got a Tyrannosaurus, the Triceratops, and the Spinosaurus, and then the rest of the line, we have a Pteranodon, a Mammoth, and Deinonychus. Okay, I had to translate that there, but whatever. Anyway, so each set, and this is the Mega hone Zaurus set. Each set is made up of a couple of different models, and you'll notice they have a bunch of little foo-foo fluffy extra junk on them. And the reason is because if you purchase all of the models, and there were 6 in this set, then they're going to build some kind of big, incredibly deluxe model as well. So it's kind of to entice you to get everything in the line. They also glow in the dark, but, that's not really what I'm interested in. And once upon a time, I know we actually had this entire thing, and they're not kidding, it was about 40 centimeters long. It was quite big, except the one that we got that dragon with was the Giganta hone Zaurus, which was even larger, but we'll save that for another day. One of the nice things is, and it's hard to see in this, but I can guarantee what it is, you will see the number. I'm getting over a cold here, and this is number 5 in the set, so this is the Mammoth. Okay, so I'm going to pop it open. And to show you guys the contents. So they got a QR code there in case you're curious about it. So since these are sold in the supermarket, they always include the gum, and since I could care less about gum, I managed to get mine for less than half price. So hey, good for me, right? And as I was mentioning, you could see it is number 5 in the series, and they are kind of obviously shown there through a little hole in the window box, so you know what you're getting yourself into. There's no blind box versions of these, thankfully. Alright, tearing that open. What do we have? So we have the main model itself is usually on 2 or 3 sprues. I was right, 3. And as I said earlier, they are glow in the dark, so you can see these black lines are usually there to indicate what's going to not glow and make that distortion, okay? You have your little fancy extra parts. And then we have our basic instructions. Now, the cool thing is, just like Legos, if you want to get really creative, you are more than entitled to do that. I know my kids have made all kinds of crap out of these parts. If you go to their website, they have a lot of concoctions that kids have made up as well. And then when you get into the older collectors, there's even more crazy stuff. And they also give you directions on how to build the giant model that is going to be made up of all of the parts. And you'll notice that they're numbered so you know which pieces come with which kit. So I'm going to grab some clippers and we're going to actually put this sucker together and see what it looks like. All right, we got our Mammoth just about finished here, and I don't have my usual Space Marines, so I found a random Pokemon that's probably about 20 millimeters or so to the tip of his ear there, just to give you guys a better indication, and then hopefully I can find some of those trading figure Space Marines so we can really get a good idea. But, Undead Kings of War, Warhammer players, you got some interesting options here. So one cool thing is they actually gave him a separate jaw there, so it's actually another piece. It's totally posable, which is nice, and he's even got his little tail back there. So good size model. And again, remember, these are just supermarket ones. There's a ton of different lines of the Hone Hone Zaurus. They've had licensed ones. I saw that they've got the Evangelion ones back in the stores again. Those were out for a while. There's Monster Hunter ones. They've had various themed lines. There were samurai, there were knights, there were like combining ones. There were partner ones where they have like a mythical animal and a prehistoric animal. There's just all sorts of them. So they're very fun, interesting kits. And, you know, for $2, hey, why not? I love myself some plastic models. But you know what? Something's missing. We need to grab all of his armor and gear him up here. Let's do it. There we go. Our scientifically, perfectly modeled, scientifically accurate mammoth friend here. So again, most of these, at least in the Japanese supermarkets, tend to run under 500 yen. So I mean, you know, the larger ones, and there's even bigger than this guy. I've got some at home, and hopefully my son has a Carnotaurus that he built that I don't know where he put it, so I'm gonna have to find that. But you know, this is just their suggested loadout. I mean, if you get one of these things, you're more than welcome to go crazy in customizing it. Just fun kits. And whenever you do hit the Japanese supermarkets, I always love to go check the expired stuff, because oftentimes as they have a new line coming out, and they constantly have new lines of these things, they start to clear out the older ones, and you can get them quite cheap. So something to keep in mind. I have not had much luck finding these in the US, which is obviously where we live, but I have been told that some of the online hobby shops here in Japan, like Ami Ami especially, will carry and sell complete boxes. So, you know, if you have friends that are interested in splitting one of these, perhaps that is an interesting route to go. So again, these are the Hone Hone Zaurus. This is the Mega Hone Hone Mammoth. I think it's a mammoth. I don't remember if it's a mammoth or a mastodon. Mammoth, yes. All right. I will put a link to Kabaya's website, the company that creates these and produces them. So if you're curious, you can see some of the bizarre stuff that they've made. They used to have an encyclopedia of all of their old kits, and hopefully it's still there. I haven't looked at it in years. With that said, this is High Lord Tamerlane with Obscurities in Miniature saying thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button, check out some of our other videos, and we'll be back with more soon. Bye-bye.